Hey guys, what's up? I hope everyone is having a great day, and of course, as always, welcome back to another Cars 3 Diecast review. So today, we have the 3-pack of Lightning McQueen as Chester Whipplefilter, Luigi and Guido with Cloth. Now, I do have a couple things to talk about regarding the next couple weeks of my channel, but I'll try to remember to save those for the end of the video because they do get a little long and complicated. Also, if you hear rain or thunder outside, it's because it's actually raining and thundering, so please ignore that. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to wait until it stops raining because I have no idea when that will be. So anyway, let's dive right into the review of these three awesome cars. Even though I do like Luigi, I'm definitely more excited for McQueen and Guido because they are brand new, never released before. Luigi is identical to previous releases of him, but you can't have one without the other. Luigi and Guido are always released together 9 times out of 10. For example, here's the Cars 3 release of them. You have Luigi and just regular Guido. So it seems like Guido with Cloth will be exclusive to this 2-pack so far. McQueen in the muddy disguise there with Chester Whipplefilter as his name is going to be out as a single in the next case of Cars 3 Singles Case B, I believe it's titled, and some people are finding that here in the United States at Target stores. Outside of the United States, people have found them, I believe, at Tesco and places in Australia as well. But I'm not entirely sure about the exact stores. I just know that people have been finding them in Europe and Australia. So that's good. That seems to be pretty widely distributed. So let's dive right into the review of the package. I know I've said that a bunch of times, but there's always like something I have to preface first. So as you guys know, Cars 3 stuff from Mattel was released officially on May 1st, which was a while ago now, but I just want to remind everybody. And now we are getting into the second waves of some things like 2-pack, singles, and deluxes, of course, like I talked about there with Case B. So just taking a look here at the cars in the package, we have Collect Them All, Cars 3 there. No numbering system like there is for the normal, mainline singles type releases, but those seem to be over at least temporarily. The description here reads, blindsided by a new generation of piston cup racers, Lightning finds himself suddenly pushed out of the sport he loves. To get back on top, he will need the help of a young race technician, inspiration from the late fabulous Hudson Hornet, and guidance from a few old friends along the way. And then the other 2-packs that you can collect from this first wave are Cars 3 McQueen and Sally, Chick Hicks with Headset and Natalie Certain, Rusty Rust-Eze and Dusty Rust-Eze, Minny and Van, and there you go with Bobby Swift and Cal Weather. So I believe that's all of the ones that are out in this first wave. I think they were able to put all of them except actually Sterling and regular Cruz Ramirez. In the next case of 2-packs, we're getting all of these pretty much again with the addition of Jackson Storm and Danny Suarez in a 2-pack together. So I will be right back with this pack opened up. So here they are opened up, looking pretty awesome. I'm a little bit disappointed with Guido though because he does have some paint blemishes, and we'll get to those in a couple moments. But first, I kind of want to talk about where these guys will appear in the movie because I'm sure for a lot of us, we're unsure about that, including myself. But hopefully, I'll be able to shed some light on it because I have some ideas. So I'm pretty sure we all do know that McQueen's disguised as Chester Whipplefilter. He wanted to choose a very humble, unassuming name because he doesn't want anyone to know he is the Lightning McQueen. He probably just wants people to think he's some random guy off the streets that, is not really much of a racer. But for some reason, he wants to go to this Demolition Derby and train with Cruz Ramirez. I don't know exactly why. His motivation is currently unknown. It doesn't really seem like they want to be there from the trailers we've seen. Maybe it's not what they expected it to be. And we also know that Cruz is disguised as Francis Beltline, another unassuming name. Now, we also know apparently that Luigi and Guido come with him because it seems like Guido will help apply or maybe clean off his disguise because he has the muddy towel there, or as they call it, cloth. Now we have seen a picture of Mac disguised as some weird party supplies transporter. I'll show a picture on the screen here. So what I'm guessing is that Mac transports them to this demolition derby to train or something. They want to get something out of this in preparation for a big piston cup race. We've seen from a trailer that McQueen, Luigi, and Guido can all fit inside Mac. So maybe Cruz just drives alone and these three ride in Mac together all to the demolition derby. So we'll have to wait and see. That's pretty much my extent of my knowledge on that. If you guys would like to see a little bit more speculation on his disguise, you can check out the description below. I did a whole video on McQueen's disguise as Chester Whipplefilter because it's a pretty interesting topic for the movie, and it seems to be the most unknown so far of like the entire movie. I mean, we know McQueen crashes, he has to get back on top, so he needs Cruz's help, but why do they go to the demolition derby just to be terrorized by Miss Fritter? So we'll kind of do a comparison with Miss Fritter in a couple moments here, but let's start with Luigi. Now, like I said earlier on, he is exactly the same as previous releases. You can see he has the same exact expression, the Fiat grill right there. On the sides, he has his usual white wall tires. Nice, nice, nice. On the back here, his typical license plate number, 445-108. I never quite found out the significance of that number. Maybe it's just a random number, but usually Pixar doesn't do that with main characters like Luigi. Here are the bases. Since this Luigi in my left hand here, which is not the Cars 3 one, is a relatively recent release, it still has a lot on the base. You can see Fiat right there, along with all the other codes. But, you know, if I had an example from maybe 2008, there would definitely be a lot less on the base. But anyway, let's move on now to Guido. Like I said, a little bit disappointed with him because it looks like part of his eye kind of melted off his face and is now right above his mouth there. So I don't know what happened. I can't like rub it off or anything. So looks like it's kind of an error. I kind of wish I saw that before I opened this one up. So maybe I'll just have to get another one. But it's a lot of money to spend just for this one little guy in the pack. But also over here, he does have a couple chips, like one right there. I can deal with the chips, but that like part of his eye is very noticeable. I don't know if I can handle that. But anyway, here's the typical Guido. He does have the same expression pretty much. It looks like the color blue is a little bit lighter on the new version. The expression is actually slightly different with the eyebrows, but just ever so slightly. It's not really even noticeable. Of course, he does have the muddy cloth right here. Kind of cool, actually. I mean, it's really minor, but still nice. Like, you can see him just doing this in the movie. I can totally imagine this happening. I'm sure it will. Of course, the back is the same as usual. He's his usual forklift self. Very, very nice. Do you guys think that we'll see another release of Guido with a rag or whatever this is? Whatever, like a cloth, muddy cloth, whatever you guys want to call it in the future? I'd like to hear what you guys have to say because I'd definitely rather just wait a little bit and maybe get him in another pack with more new cars rather than these two again, or maybe he'll get a single release because spending $8 more for the same cars and a correct version of this guy doesn't sound too appealing. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below. And I do have a couple more Guidos here with accessories on his forks to compare him to. We have the one with the little pit road gun here and the paint rollers, which I did review pretty recently. Link to that will be in the description below. They're all pretty cool. I definitely prefer the paint rollers version because the expression is different, which is always nice. And 2 accessories versus 1. Alright, let's move on to McQueen, who's definitely my favorite from the pack. So the expression is just so-so for me, but the rest of him is just absolutely amazing. You know, with the expression here, I just feel like it maybe should be a little bit more determined because he's in this demolition derby. It's intense. You have Miss Fritter coming after him, about to literally, I guess, punch him or something, knock him out, essentially, and he just looks, you know, a little bit concerned, maybe talking in a conversation, getting a little argumentative, but that's pretty much it. Like, That's all I really can take from this expression. But anyway, there's not actually much to say about him because he's literally just completely muddy, everywhere. His entire body, windows, tires, base, everything. He does have the 15 there. Now, I'm not entirely sure why he chose 15. Maybe it will be revealed in the movie. Of course, Cruz Ramirez is 20. I know how she got 20 if you'd like to hear why, or I'm not entirely sure if I actually talked about that in my Road to the Races event video, but it was revealed in that clip. I'm not going to talk about it in this video because it could be considered a spoiler. I'm not entirely sure about McQueen. Maybe he just kind of like erased that part of the 9 and came up with the 15 there. We have the gas cap back there. On the back, nothingness, just mud. Very, very cool. And here is the base. You have the stamp over there in white and a bunch of other codes. So I do really like the texture on McQueen. Like, I'm glad they didn't just make it like completely brown, smooth over. It's actually textured, as I'm sure you guys can see on the camera there, which is definitely how it should be because mud is not going to be even. It's definitely going to be a little irregular surface, It's going to be kind of mixed up. So very, very nicely done. Definitely one of my favorite Cars 3 cars so far. The expression could have been improved upon, but I can definitely overlook that. Now, I do want to compare him to a couple other McQueens, like this muddy McQueen from Cars 1. Now, this was definitely just the pre-stage. It's like, if I thought this was muddy, I had no idea what was coming. So yeah, this was when he was going up with Sally to Tailfin Pass, and there was some mud, and he got on his face. And that was pretty much it. It was released in the Final Lap collection and never released again, so he's pretty rare nowadays. Man, McQueen definitely got a lot muddier. I like this mud too because it's coming off the paint. You can see it's like textured there. I also have Dirt Track McQueen here because they both have similar tires there. Looks like the one on the right here from Cars 3 is darker, but you guys get the idea that they're pretty similar. And I wanted to show you guys Nature Drive Lightning McQueen, also from that scene with Sally. He kind of had his stages. He was like muddy, then he was like watery, and then he got the leaves. So yeah, just kind of another thing where he's all messy. McQueen does get messy a lot in the movies, especially in Cars 1, and seems like a lot in Cars 3 as well. I mean, he crashes, which is going to be rough. Wonder if they'll actually release a damaged version of him. Judging by the past releases, like with The King and Mood Springs, it's definitely likely. Now, here comes a little bit of controversy. We have the normal Cars 3 Lightning McQueen, right, guys? So, the muddy version, the disguised version, is a different model. You can see it's actually the original Cars 1 model. Now, I'm sure you guys probably know if you saw my video on Cars 3 McQueen a couple months ago. If you didn't, check it out in the description below. But they did change his casting die-cast model for Cars 3. I don't know why. From the trailers, he looks to be the same as Cars 1 and Cars 2 pretty much. Of course, that World Grand Prix spoiler is gone, but disregarding that, it doesn't seem like he got thinner. It doesn't seem like he lost weight or anything, but they did change it, and now they're going back. Like, I don't know, Mattel, what are they doing? It's like they released this one, it's thinner, then they released this one, it's the same as the regular Cars 1 version and Cars 2 versions. It's the same, like, width and everything, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe the mud puffs him up a little bit, or maybe he gained weight after this one right here. I really have no idea. I'm just simply going to think that it's a problem, an error thing with Mattel where they're like, we don't want to use this casting for the Muddy McQueen. We'll just use the old one. And that was pretty much it. So I'm not going to take much more time to rant about this. But I did want to point it out because it's definitely necessary to talk about at least a little bit. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope you guys are looking forward to more Cars 3 reviews in the future. So, yep. Time to talk about those things, those long, complicated things that I alluded to at the beginning of the video. Alright, so I'm not entirely sure when this will be uploaded, but I am recording this Wednesday, May 23rd. Actually, Tuesday. I don't know, I always get my days mixed up, but Tuesday, This was actually the first day of finals for me. I have finals tomorrow. Wednesday and Thursday is my ultimate last day of school. Super excited. And then actually next Tuesday, so a week from today, I go on vacation for 2 weeks. So that means that I pretty much have now until next Monday to pre-record videos for my vacation. And so I'm definitely going to try to do so, but don't count on daily videos. Probably not bi-daily either. I'm going to try and make a video for every 3 to 4 days, but again, no guarantees. I'm super sorry, but it's pretty hard to record during finals because obviously I have to study, and this weekend I have work because it's Memorial Day and there's always a lot going on. So I'll probably work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But I'll try my best to find some time to record for you guys. And then after my vacation, which I will get back pretty much a couple days before Cars 3 comes out here in the United States in theaters. And then I'm going to do a live stream, like final speculation type stuff. And then it's just going to be like a solid full ride all the way throughout the summer, like I've talked about before. I'm going to try to do daily videos this summer, pretty much all the way up until I start school back in August, which is like 3 months worth of videos. So pretty awesome, guys. I hope you're excited, just as excited as I am. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time for another video. Bye now.